Hi, I'm Justin Minick, the host of Beyond the View podcast, and today I have the lovely pleasure to be on the show with.
Hi, I'm Veronica Miller.
Hi, Veronica. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Starting off with what industry? Sorry, not what industry. What do you do to help people?
I am an owner of a fashion boutique,
Hmm.
and I carry women's apparel and accessories. And one of the great things that I feel I do to help women is my size variation. So we are very specific and focused on carrying small to 3X, and
Oh,
our niche is plus size fashion.
yeah. Oh, awesome, awesome. And how long you been in the industry of fashion?
I've been in the industry probably around 19 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So you've seen a lot of trends.
a lot of different trends. And I started out as a wholesaler
Yeah.
and then switched, I like to call it pivoted to business to consumer. So, which I really am enjoying.
Yeah, because you get to see the person wearing your product, and then they feel
Exactly,
so
the
much
end
better.
customer. That's right.
Yeah, and it feels so much better, and yeah, I know that's a great feeling to receive all those compliments, because that boosts their confidence, and well, that's how a brand goes viral.
Yes, women want to buy clothing that makes them feel and look good and that has a great fit. And I've learned that over the years. So,
Okay. Speaking of like years and time in the industry, if you can go back and tell young Veronica, during her very first month of being in the fashion industry in general, because you started in a wholesale and then in the customers, but starting out in the wholesale side, what is the advice, tips, potholes you say, what you would tell her to avoid or look out for?
well, the one thing that I would tell myself, my younger self, is to stick to your business plan
Mm,
and don't get off track. As much as you're tempted to, don't get off track.
yeah.
Stick to the plan.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. There was a saying I saw. It was like six words was plan to work, work the plan.
That's right.
That's simple.
And you always have to check your pulse along the way. When you get distracted and you
Yeah.
get off course from your plan, what you're really doing is detouring around the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking, little sideways trips and you're not really getting to your goal
Yeah.
as you're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point. And speaking of that, what is like a proud accomplishment? Like when you think of this accomplishment you did, was recently or years ago, you feel most proud of?
I would say about 3 years, 2 or 3 years ago, I
Mm-hmm.
was still focused on the wholesale side of the business. My proudest moment was when I entered into a representative agreement with a very, very well-known, renowned rep firm
Yeah.
that was going to represent my brand, and they had about 55 sales reps across the country. So
Wow.
that was my most proudest moment
Oh, wow. That's
in
awesome.
business. I really felt like I had arrived. I've
Yeah.
arrived. So,
That's neat. And I bet that was one conversation that led to another, and doors are open, and you just walk right through.
that's right.
Huh. Oh, that's awesome. And speaking of accomplishment, tell us one of your many goals that's currently like beyond the view right now, because that's what the main
Oh,
thing about our podcast is think of basically sharing one of our goals that's beyond the view, and we could get together with other professionals that can help you along the way. So, what's a goal or goals you want to share that's beyond the view?
okay. Well, I my vision now that I'm more business to consumer, my vision is to be one of the top boutiques in the nation.
Yeah.
So, in the top 10, that would be a tremendous accomplishment. And I think that, you know, doing different things, because the world of buying clothing has changed so much. People are doing so much more of their buying via Facebook Lives,
Yeah.
as opposed to necessarily a brick and mortar, although the brick and mortar I still feel is important because people like a destination to go to buy clothing and accessories or to shop. And so, but the vision for me, like a goal that I have in the future, is to be in that top 10.
Yeah.
Just a recognized brand.
Like that. Okay. And what are like particular people in industries that can help you get to the top 10 sooner?
Great suppliers.
Supply?
Yeah, people that can really understand the social media aspect of the business and to help, making my website the best that it could be. 'Cause my strength is in people.
Yes.
And developing relationships. My strength is not necessarily in the computer side where I sit and do and all of that. I can communicate my vision, but necessarily putting it into action via, the internet is not a strength of mine.
Yeah.
So people like that know how to do that, that would be definitely a way to get me to my goal.
Okay. Awesome. I like that. Okay. Yeah, because we all have strengths and we all have, some weaknesses. But there was a quote I heard somewhere was like, work in your flame, not in your wax. Because when you work in your flame, you just be more passionate about what you do and you lose track of time because you're
That's
obsessed
right.
over it. Whereas
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, because you work on something that's not really like your favorite thing. It actually drains you, slows you down. Instead of like speeding things up. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, and what is like some advice or best advice that you want to share with our viewers today?
Advice? When it pertains to business?
Business, life, anything that you experience that that I share this to others is going to benefit them.
Yes. Well, one thing that I think is really important that we don't do enough is to follow our intuition.
Oh, yeah.
When something feels good, it's usually good. And when something feels bad, it's usually not a good decision. So sometimes we make decisions based on emotion. And I would say for business, do not make decisions based on emotions. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Make them, feeling good about something, I don't mean that as an emotional response, but thinking about it and really asking the same questions. Number one, would this be good for my business? Yes, no. It's pretty cut and dry. If it's maybe, that falls under the no. That's what I would give the advice. So many times from experience, I've made decisions based on emotion, and every single time it was wrong.
It was wrong, yeah. Oh.
It didn't help, it hurt. So that's definitely a bit of advice that I would give for a business owner, a new business owner.
Yeah. Okay.
And then from a personal perspective, I think relationships are so important.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can do things to kind of throw that off. You might do something to disappoint someone, or vice versa. They might do something to disappoint you. I think clearing the air and trying to rebuild whenever possible those special relationships is very important.
Yeah. Relationships create this a lot. It's very, very. I feel like that's priceless.
Yes.
And not only priceless, but also it's the concept of like it's so valuable. It makes a big impact of life. Like if you have no relationships, you're gonna be very like by yourself, and life will actually be harder for you compared to
That's right.
more relationships, and you can depend on people, and also you can help them out when
That's right.
Vice versa,
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Anything else you would like to share with our viewers?
I think that when you have a dream or when you have a goal and you've got that drive and passion for something, and I'm going to use business as an example,
Yeah.
you should never ever fall on the sword. You should always keep paddling.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to have failures. You're going to have failures, but that's a learning experience. And I've learned that from very wise people, that if you never try something, if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. You don't have any regrets for trying, and you'll never know.
Yeah.
And the feeling of regret from never trying is much worse than the feeling of regret from failing at something.
Yeah. Wow, I like that. Because one thing I like too is at the end of the day, everything's risky, whether we know it or not. But the biggest risk is not taking action. So it's either
That's
like
right.
you make the decision like, yes, I'm gonna commit to doing this, or no, I'm not gonna commit to doing this. The worst is being like in the middle, like a,
Yeah, that's right.
that's the worst. And then the opportunity passed, but it'd been different if you just said no, I'll move on to the next one, or yes, I'm gonna give it a try. And,
Yes, that's right. I mean, you never know, and I've always believed that my passion and my drive can make whatever I'm trying to do that I really want to do a success. And I've had people tell me years ago, I remember this. I had one little hiccup, and she said, "Oh, if it's not working, you just need to shut it down." And I was thinking, what?
Whoa.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Like, don't shut it down. Figure out a way to make it work.
Yes.
Just go a different course, change your business plan, think about what you're doing. So,
Yeah, because there's a million different ways to win, but there's only one way to lose, and that one way to lose is quit.
yes, that's right.
That's the one common denominator. If you just quit, then you lost. But if you
That's right.
work this direction, up ahead, dead end, well, just pivot, try something else.
That's right.
Playing. That's why I like how you could be in marketing, you could be in fashion, you could be in fitness, you could be in like the law, doing attorney stuff, or it could be wherever. However, there's so many different avenues.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Veronica, what's the best way our viewers can contact you to help you out or receive your help?
Oh, okay. Well, my business is House of Trendz, Trendz boutique, and people can reach me via email at shophouseoftrendz.com. Or they can call me at 678-576-0467. I'd be happy to talk with anyone that I can help, and vice versa.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that is our Beyond the View podcast episode. Thank you so much, Veronica, hopping on. Really
Thank you so
appreciate your
much,
presence.
Justin.
Thank
You're so talented, Justin. You have so much to give and to offer people in so many different areas.
Oh,